What's up everyone, V here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Blokees, Transformers, Soundwave, and Shockwave from Transformers 1. A moment of silence. R.I.P. the Transformers 1 franchise. Heartbreaking, to say the least. Great movie, done horridly by the promotion, and then flopped, and then now they're never going to make a sequel, which breaks my heart. But you know what? We got these two guys right here. I'm trying to keep the lights on, at least for the intro. But yes, this is Soundwave and Shockwave as they appear in Transformers 1. Like I said, great movie. Loved it so much. Marketing did it horridly, because I'm a huge Transformers fan, and I didn't even want to watch the movie. I was like, this is about to be some absolute trash kids movie. And then it ended up being great. So whoever was the marketing for that movie deserves to be fired and put on the street, because, dear God, they single-handedly derailed this entire film. But yes, this is Shockwave and Soundwave. I feel like I've said that 10 times already, but also, fun fact, on the first take of this video, I called him Shockwave. Ooh, it was rough. Anyway, Shockwave and Soundwave. I think I mentioned it, because I have done a previous vid on the Megatron and Starscream. I think in that vid I mentioned that when I got those, they were either making these two, or they were, like, out, or getting released, or I think they were like showcased but weren't fully released yet. And really hyped for these two, because Shockwave and Soundwave are two of my top 3 favorite Transformers of all time. Shockwave's number 1, Bumblebee, then Soundwave. Also, I purely like Shockwave and Soundwave because of the looks. They look so cool, bro. Look at them. But anyway, I was having a tad bit of a rough week, you know, things, it wasn't the best. I was having a rough time, and I popped in the comic shop, praying to God I could find the Thing, or the Thunderbolts figures, but I looked in the aisle, and I saw these two sitting there, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get them. They're not too expensive. I think they both were like 15, 20, but also the comic store I go to kind of like charges a little extra than retail, so they probably added like an extra $3 to $5. So I'd say these were probably like $15. And I mean, Blokees hasn't let me down. I've done, I believe, 3 videos on them now. I did like 2 videos on the blind boxes, and then the video on the Transformers 1 Megatron and Starscream. I do have the Bayverse, Megatron, and Optimus, but I haven't made a vid on them yet. I say yet like I will. I probably won't now. There's a lot of stuff I get, and I'm like, I'll make a video on it, and then just I get other stuff, or like the hype passes, or my interest. I don't know how to say interest, but like my hype to make a video for it passes. Which is why if you see me making like the community tab, like a post being like, new vid coming soon, and then it's been months, it's because I just didn't have the energy to make the vid on that anymore. I didn't have the hype to make a vid on it, or I got something else that I wanted to review first, and then it just got put on the back burner and never came back. That's basically just the one YOLO Park Age of Extinction Optimus Prime figure. I got that, I was like, vid's coming soon, and then I never made it. It's been months now. Anyway, I found these guys, and of course, like Blokees always are, they're bangers. I got them in a cool little setup here on the base. Because I'm gonna just go over the base right now. It's kind of an accessory. They each came with 2 of these bases. You can connect them all. I believe Soundwave had these 2 fire effects. Shockwave had the purple. But yeah, taking them off of the screen now to look at the boxes, because boxes are very big and very shiny. Very, shiny. But here's Shockwave, got a nice shot of Shockwave. More shots, along with all his accessories. On the side, bigger shot, Decepticon, Shockwave, Transformers 1, Blokees, Shockwave. Did you know it's a Shockwave figure? On the back, Shockwave, Shockwave. Can tell because it's a model kit, you gotta build it. Then like a little, like tiny little read up. Faction Decepticons, function, Supreme Guardian. Height, approximately 10.42 meters. Key traits, ruthless, logical. Shockwave is a member of the Supreme Guardians, always maintaining a high level of alertness and calm, constantly wary of potential betrayal and deception. He is skilled in strategy and is highly distrustful of outsiders. Always forgot this is like Transformers 1, so they're not the full Decepticons yet, because I was like, so what, the Supreme Guardian? Isn't he supposed to be the scientist? Oh yeah. I forgot they like had whole other roles in the movie. And then Soundwave, more blue. Yeah, he had like Shockwave also had like the cool Decepticon logo in the back, but yeah, same setup. He's the same height. Traits, he's also Supreme Guardian. Resilient, strategic. Soundwave is an indispensable member of the Supreme Guardians, playing a crucial role in the team due to his unique abilities. He possesses an extraordinary capability to precisely scan and analyze the electrical pulse signals emitted by Cybertronians, ensuring that no outsiders can infiltrate or disguise themselves within the territory. In combat, Soundwave is capable of releasing powerful sonic wave attacks. I can read, I promise you guys. That was rough. But bringing in these guys, the main stars of the show, they don't come with a lot of accessories. They legitimately, all they come with is like Soundwave has hands. She's got some nice blue, because on him are fists. And Shockwave has hand, because he only has one hand. And I will mention, I goofed putting these together when I was putting Shockwave's body together. Let's just get them off the stands already. They don't need them. They stand perfectly well on their own. I mean, look at that. I got them standing like that. And yeah, this is the other accessory. But yeah, I goofed building Shockwave. Did I say Soundwave? If I said Soundwave, I meant Shockwave. And if I said Shockwave, then I just sound stupid right now. I goofed building him because I built the torso and I realized I forgot to put a piece in the torso. So back here, you see these two holes? They're supposed to have this red piece back there. I couldn't get the torso apart, so he just has holes back there. Yeah. I'm not the best at model kitting, but you know, I try. We're gonna take a look at Soundwave first, because, spoiler alert, I think Shockwave's my favorite of the figures. But Soundwave visually looks really cool. I like this design. It took a minute to warm up to it, because I feel like they snatched bro's like midsection. And he looked a little wonky at first glance, but you know, the design's warming up to me. Getting it in figure form. The head sculpt I love. Get the light on for this. Love this head design. It looks really good. I mean, it's really hard to mess up a Soundwave design. And like, you got the little like area here with the cassette thing, the button, even though he's not a cassette player in the movie, but it exists. And you can open it to reveal a little bit of detail. You can see the light through there, and it kind of glows white there, which I don't care for. I think it only looks good on the eyes, but it's more egregious on Shockwave. But like, it's got this nice metallic blue, this nice metallic silver. He's got the gun there, which can move up and down. Really like these little details. I feel like this is kind of maybe a reference to an animated Soundwave, because he had like the speakers on his shoulders. That's what these kind of look like. they look like those like speakers. Again, it's been a minute since I've seen the movie, but I forget if he like shot things out of that or not. But it looks like he would. And they got some nice red detailing in there. Overall, just looks really cool. And you got like the more classic Soundwave stuff, like right here. It just looks cool. They got more of those like cool little speakers back here. They captured the design really well. And what I like, because like I don't care for when Transformers turn into Cybertronian modes because they're just made up vehicles. I like when they turn into real vehicles. Even if those vehicles are animated, I still prefer the real vehicles versus the Cybertronian ones. So that's why I flocked to the Blokees, to the YOLO Park figures, because I was just like, I don't care. I just want like a really cool figure that captures the animated design from the movie, and this does a really solid job. And also, Blokees are infinitely faster than YOLO Park. I still don't think there's a Soundwave from YOLO Park yet. Blokees, they just be popping them out. There's a reason why people be glazing them, because they're just that good. Articulation-wise, ball joint at the head can rotate. Little stiff because the way it's built to have the light. That ball joint here, so of course it can go crazy. Bicep, swivel, single jointed elbow, ball joint here, rotation here, drop down hips, which tripped me out when I first saw it, but can get some crazy motion. Rotates here, bends that far, then a ball joint at the foot. That's pretty much the regular Blokees articulation. Aside from the drop down hips, I think he's the only one that has drop down hips out of all the ones I have. Starscream could really have used drop down hips. Yeah, he's the only one. That's cool. Makes him cool and unique. And again, visually, he's my favorite of them all. He looks the coolest, but my favorite one to just mess with is my goat Shockwave. This one's a fun figure. I think he looks great. My biggest complaint though, you see how it lights up? This looks really cool. This looks buns. It's literally just like this weird white LED light coming through. It looks so bad, because this looks cool with it, like the yellow light. I think what they needed to do is maybe add something in the chest that's orange to make it glow orange or glow purple when the light hits it, because without it, it just looks white, and it doesn't look that good. And it's very, very prominent because it's his whole chest, and nothing's covering it like Soundwave, because he has, like, number one, this, and then that really covers it up. And then Megatron and Starscream don't have that problem. He's the only one that really has it, and it's very egregious, which sucks, because the rest of the figure looks so cool. Hiccup. But yeah, that head sculpt, again, love Shockwave. Looks really good. I'm glad we're past the making him have the weird slant evil eye, because I hated that. Because he looks just cooler with just this ominous just circle eye for a face. I hate when they give him that slant to make him look angry, because it's like, he looks scarier when it's just the eye and not the slant, so I'm glad we are bringing this back. That head sculpt looks good. It's got a lot of, I always say a not a lice instead of a lot of nice. I don't know why, but a lot of nice detailing. The chest, even though that light I think just looks horrid, you got some nice detailing in here, and I think this was supposed to look purple when you put this in, but it's just too thin. But again, really cool design. I don't really care for the big bulky shoulders he has, but like, it's whatever. Still looks really cool. Just got all this nice detailing in there. Then you got his gun arm, which looks really cool. No coil. I'm kind of glad. I don't like having to deal with the coil. Looks really cool. Again, it's just a cool looking figure. They captured his design so well. Articulation, he has a dumbbell, ball joint at the head. Ball joint here. This has, like, this rotates so you can not have to worry about that getting in the way. Rotates, swivel, hinge, ball joint, waist swivel, can kick that far forward, do the splits, rotation, knee, ball joint. It's pretty much the same as Soundwave, just no drop down hips. So yeah, these two I think are really cool. But how big are they? They're not that big at all. Bringing in a Marvel Legends, here is Johnny Storm. Look at that. He just towers over them. And same for a Black Series. Towers. And the 7-inch scale, got Superman from not Jazzwares, McFarlane, towers. Jazzwares Master Chief, towers, of course. And finally, how does he compare to a Studio Series figure? Well, here he is next to Bumblebee movie, Shockwave. And of course, Shockwave towers. But again, see what I mean? He's got that little, like, slant there to make his eye look evil. I'm glad we're past that because, I mean, this figure is really cool. It's just, I don't like the slanted eye. Anyway, here he is. Here they are, next to more Blokees figures. Here is the blind box Shockwave. I sadly was unable to get the Soundwave, but I got the Shockwave, and he was my favorite of that original lineup. And now he's been dethroned. They look so cool together. And now finally, here is the Megatron and Starscream, bringing in the whole crew. Look at them all together. That's cool. I noticed when I bought these two and walked out, I was like, wait a minute. I don't think I have Optimus or Bumblebee or any Autobot for that matter. And I was like, oh my god, I just bought all the Decepticons. Because that's what I do. I prefer the Decepticons. I just think they have cooler designs. And they have a lineup. They have a solid lineup that is consistent. Autobots, you have Optimus, Bumblebee, and most of the time Ratchet. And then all the other ones just alternate between just different characters. And then the Autobots never have cool designs. They're always friendlier looking, especially in G1, and I just don't think look as cool. So anytime I'm like buying Transformers, I always end up getting Megatron, Starscream, Shockwave, and Soundwave, and then that's it. And then occasionally, Optimus and Bumblebee will most likely join them. But as it stands right now, I don't have either of those. Maybe in the future. Maybe next time I go, because I think they had them. I'll get them, but yeah. Oh yeah, and for fun, where is he? Come on, where is he? I mean, for fun, you can bring in Bayverse Optimus, who will violently murder all of them. And because I remembered I got him out the blind box, Sentinel, they can violently murder him. Anyway, do I recommend these bad boys? I'm gonna leave all 4 of them up, even though the video is only about 2 of them, because I think they just all look cool together. But do I recommend these guys? Absolutely. I have had a blast with all the Blokees figures I've got, and these two do not disappoint. In fact, I think I like them more than Megatron and Starscream. If I had to rank them, yeah, it'd legitimately be Shockwave, Soundwave, Megatron, Starscream. Starscream's my least favorite. He just got too much going on. He's still fun, it's not as... He's a little finicky, because the wings kind of get in the way. Then his waist rotates a lot, but then this rotates a lot. Megatron's great, it's just whenever you turn his arm, the arms come out. Soundwave, as I've explained, just looks great, but Shockwave is my most favorite to mess with. But they're all really great. I highly recommend all of them. They're such a blast, and they're cheap too. At max, I think they're like $15. which in this economy, getting really cool fun figures for $15, crazy. So yeah, definitely recommend these guys. Anyway, like, subscribe, check out my previous reviews. Not too many Transformers, but I try to sprinkle them here and there. There's just not a lot of Transformers content, so of course there's not going to be as many figures. And I'm kind of falling out of love with just the transforming ones. But you best know when that Megatron Studio Series drops. And 3 months later, after it's dropped and I finally find it in stores, I'll make a vid on it. But yeah, that's about it. Hopefully you've had a wonderful day. Hopefully, if you're having a bad day, it gets better. Because it did for me, I was having a rough day. Got these Blokees figures, a little bit of joy in my life, That's about it. Have a great day, and peace.